Hello, Isabelle.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Yeshua.
Everybody is watching this also. Very pleased to be here and talk to you in this way.
Me too.
It is with love that I come to you as I share the oneness of all that is with you. Our hearts connected with all that is. You are one with all that is. You are love.
It's great.
You are love. You are one. And you have much love to give. And you feel that, don't you?
It's fun to give love.
And we know this love that you feel within, this love, you want to share it with the world.
I do.
And you are. You are doing it in your own unique ways. And of course, there is much more in store for you if you choose. But
I choose.
Shared. My child, what would you like to discuss today?
So I would like to discuss, I had a conversation with Joshua in my group, and we were discussing that seeing everything is right and perfect, and the urge to change society is out of fear and not love. And it's hard a little bit because you don't want to be empathetic. You don't want empathy. No, not empathy, but you don't want to ignore. Society tells you, you know, to get involved, to make a difference. And these esoteric teachings is more of be allowing instead of making a difference, and be in alignment in a place of love instead of urges and fears. But it can get confusing at times. And so how do you know the difference? How do you not get involved and try to, I guess, change the circumstances?
It depends why you are changing them.
Okay.
Are you changing them out of fear or out of love?
So I have this thought that I understand the system is perfect, but I understand change is also constant, and that being part of the change is fun, but, you know, I guess my motivations to change, I wanted to start a dialogue between the schools, the police, the parents, and the children, and have like an open conversations. Like, for example, there was a tragedy in Florida where a student shot other students, and all the students knew about it, that this was going to happen. And so from the higher perspective, I understand that nothing is random. It was all by design. But then there's part of me is like, gosh, if, you know, if they just had a conversation, if people were communicating openly with each other, maybe things would have been a different path. And that's where it's confusing to me.
It's only normal to see these things in a state of fear. That's the nature of the human, to view this with fear. But yes, you're right. There is much going on here that many of you realize. Things were orchestrated and planned before this very lifetime. It is above much understanding with many of you. But some of you do understand. Like you, Isabelle, you are seeing this higher perspective. And these people that you view as doing wrong, you want to see them as bad, as evil. This is what occurs in your society at the third dimensional level. Many of you still reside there. You still see this duality, positive and negative, right and wrong, separateness. But really, there is no separateness. There is only oneness. And this is why I come to you to teach compassion, not just for yourself, but for others, and even for these beings, these people that you see inflict harm. Of course, it can be difficult to get to this place, but understanding that we are all one, this person is you, they are all you, we are all one. This will allow you easily to see these people with compassion, because you are seeing yourself in a compassionate light. We are all one. Once you recognize we are all one, you can practice compassion more easily. It is about compassion. This love that you have much love within you. Use that and practice that. Send these people love regardless of these actions. They are not aware of their actions. It sounds simple.
So wanting change, Yeshua, so wanting change, is that an urge because I'm in fear?
You're wanting change. There's two different reasons why you might want change. Change because you fear what is occurring. Or you want change because you want more love and light to be brought forth into the awareness of others. There are two different paths you can go here. We are not saying there is nothing wrong with wanting to change, but what is underlying that change? If you want more love, want everyone to become more aware of the oneness, to be more compassionate to others, then this is a cause that is beneficial for the highest good. Because you are not in fear, you're in love. You are seeing them in a compassionate light, recognizing that they are one. And this is the first step. With fear, communications, with highlighting the fear is not beneficial for the highest good. If you want to make changes that will elicit a response in love, instead of fear. Because it is with love that humanity become more connected. You become more connected within, and you start to recognize more of the oneness. It sounds simple, but it is through love and self-compassion. And with this becomes an important step in much of your evolution, which is forgiveness. Such events like this, people hold resentment, ill feelings towards one another. It is a manifestation of fear. It holds you back in your evolution, your individual evolution.
Come here. Sorry, Yeshua. I knew the puppy was going to interrupt you. Come here.
Look at him on screen.
Come here.
She is one of God's children.
This is Bijou. Always has to be with her mama.
With these animals, they bring you joy and they bring you love.
They do.
This is why they are here.
She's fulfilling her purpose.
She is.
So being compassionate, allowing and accepting and teaching of the oneness, wouldn't if I was teaching, wouldn't the people be attracted to me who wanted to learn? Like I wouldn't necessarily teach if somebody didn't want to learn, because they probably wouldn't understand the message. Or do I just discuss it and just allow whatever it is to be?
All you can do is show them love and compassion.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to, like you said, make a change in society, if you want this issue to be highlighted, instead of highlighting the issue, highlight the need for more unity and love.
Mm-hmm.
The people will be drawn to you as they are at that level where it will resonate with them. There is much already in your society that escalates and maintains the fear, such as your news programs, media. They shine light on these issues. However, it instills more fear in society. It creates more separateness. For the highest good, it is about understanding there is a oneness here. It is about forgiveness. It is about going within. You may not understand the actions of others. There is a higher purpose for all that happens, and you are not meant to know the purpose. But just know that they are one with you. So how can there be ill feelings towards someone when they are part of you?
Mm-hmm. And everyone is part of me because Source created all that is. And so that is how we're all connected.
You were all one. Through your part of you that is Source. This is Source. This is an aspect of Source. It's an imprint of Source within you. This is what we would say a gateway for you to be able to connect more deeply with who you truly are and with others. This is why me and other teachers come through, and we encourage you to practice going more within, because by going more within and connecting more to that source aspect of yourself, you are able to access the oneness you see. You bypass the human persona and the ego. You go into your true nature, your true state. But it is with love that allows you to more easily connect. The heart is the bridge. The heart is the bridge to allow you to access this part of you. And it's the love. It's not just for others, it is for yourself most importantly. It is love that connects all, because source is love and you are source.
Mm. And how does that work? Is it working through energy?
Source is infinite. Infinite energy and light codes that is within you. Each and every one of you, every living thing and being is source. This connects everyone and everything. It is much beyond your understanding. Transcends time and space. But by connecting to this part of you, you become limitless.
Mm.
You are no longer confined to the human presence. You become one with the universe, become one with source and all that is. It is only your beliefs that traps you. It is only your beliefs that limits you. This is why we have been here and encouraging you, for those who listen and who are ready, to take this path inwards, to recognize this oneness. It is this oneness, recognition of oneness and limitlessness, where all the answers you find will be there. And if this happens more on an individual level, it'll slowly move out the groups within you. Until humanity will shift to higher understandings. It is the new earth, but it's occurring right now. And this is why many of us are coming through in such direct manners. We are here to assist you along this transition. This transition you were prepared for as you were here now in this time continuum. You chose to be here. And you chose to bring this light forth from within, which you already know.
Yes, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Yes. So I understand, because when I go within, I do feel the connection. And I think when you said my beliefs is what's trapping me, and are my beliefs part of the persona and ego of this existence of Isabelle? And so when I go more within, I can shed part of the beliefs of seeing them that they're false.
As you go more within, you will face these beliefs. This is part of the journey inwards. It is not about repressing these beliefs. It's about transcending them. This is why as you go deeper within, You will face them, and you will have a choice to keep them with fear, for a sense of security, for an understanding of your place in this world in a limited perspective? Or do you choose something higher? Do you choose to be more open to what is possible? It's an individual journey, but these beliefs you've acquired over the lifetime. And it's not by accident that you were brought into the world with a certain family. You chose to explore certain things. And as a result, you acquired these beliefs, beliefs about yourself, beliefs about the world and what is possible. Beliefs you've gained from your society. And now you're at this point where you are working through what is true and what is not. But what is true and what is not is no relevant. It is your truth. It is your belief system. There is no wrong or right. It's about your perspective, and is it one of love or one of fear? So these beliefs, some are limiting you, but this is natural. You all have these beliefs until you become completely aligned to your source self. You will encounter beliefs that maybe you have forgotten, that maybe they were there, hiding away. They are meant to be discovered. Yes, and I'm not saying that it is an easy path to work through them. But this is the path to enlightenment. This is the path to discovering and remembering your true nature. If you hold that in your heart and in your mind, that you are one, and that you are safe, and that you are love, it will assist in your journey more easily.
Yes. And I definitely feel that I am not alone. I feel a lot of support all the time. So it really helps me a lot.
You're always with you.
Yes, I feel it. My cheerleading squad on the other side.
This existence is not meant to be lived alone. It's a coexistence in this new earth. Everyone's realizing this oneness, and that you do not have to do it alone, because we are always there for you. Many of you know this already, but you have forgotten. Some of you chose to be more asleep in the third dimensional existence. You thought it'd be more fun for your expansion. But those people drawn to my teachings, and I'm not referring to the religious dogma that's been associated with me, as I am known more commonly as Jesus. Those of you attracted to these teachings have chosen not to stay asleep. You would not be here otherwise. But everyone's path is different. There is no wrong or right. There is no race. A lot of you have certain things to explore that takes much time. But I understand there can be some frustration and impatience with this because you already wanted to be at enlightened level. You have a desire to be there. But there is things to be worked on before you get to that stage. It's all with divine timing.
And is the divine timing vibration within the person?
There are certain things that you chose to explore here. There is a divine blueprint that is within you, that exists as part of your source imprint. This divine blueprint has the details of what you chose to explore, the lessons you chose to explore, and as such, you must follow this. However, you do have the choice to not follow it. There is always free will, even if it is in your divine blueprint to do so. In the moment, you do have the choice. But those of you, as you are here today, Isabelle, you chose to explore this divine blueprint, or you came here to share with the world. And this divine blueprint relates also to your vibration, as your vibration is also related to your, we would say, your history, the lives you have lived before and currently living, and your missions before. They all come together in your divine blueprint, and they are carried forth in each lifetime. This is why some of you, like you, Isabelle, some of your abilities are escalated. Even though there is no comparison, you might wonder why. These abilities have just recently came about. And this is why. It's because you had certain, we would say, abilities and knowledge acquired from these lives has come with you on your divine blueprint. And because you are going more within, you are accessing this, even though you may not be fully conscious of it all yet.
I was wondering about that because I heard, so blueprint and the Akashic records, what is the difference?
The Akashic records are also accessed within the source part of you, because these records are imprints. We would say fragments, information from these fragments that makes up your unique, we would say, soul part of you. This information, we would say, is codes and carries with you in your divine blueprint. We would say most like a record, and it is stored and accessed within you, each and every one of you, from your perspective, from the life you lived, from your perspective.
Oh.
Because you lived it. Someone else viewing your life might have a different perspective because they are different.
Huh.
The records that are kept are all from your perspective, because you are living all these lives or have lived. This information and this knowledge carries forth. It is continued with you in every lifetime. They are just in the background, as you may not need to access it for continuous lifetimes. Some you may. Some you may choose to leave it there dormant for many lives. Your blueprint has the information there of what parts you want to access and bring forth, what abilities you want to bring forth, what information, what understandings you want to bring forth, what lessons you want to bring forth. There is much more to understand in this area.
So I could set an intention to access information of my blueprint and keep the question general and say, what do I intend to bring forth within?
This is why making intention is very beneficial. As you go more within, set your intention. You will ask, what is my lesson here? What am I supposed to know? Ask all these questions. Explore. It is all accessed within. It is just the belief systems that can limit this access. But as always, it is always divine timing as well. You may not be vibrationally ready for it. For if you access certain information and you were not ready for it, you may react in fear instead of acceptance, which of course, there is nothing wrong with this, and it is all love. But for certain tasks and missions you chose to explore, it may not be for your highest good at this stage. There are many factors that are coming into play. This is why divine patience is needed much of the time. Be patient and just practice more going within, as you connect to that part of you that has the answers. I'm coming through in this direct manner, but you can access me by going within. Access all that is. There is no separation.
It's weird because going within, you do feel the oneness. And then when you're in this dimension, it does feel so separate.
And it's meant to be like that.
Yes.
For those of you drawn to these teachings, as you are, it is about transcending this. But those of you who wish to not to transcend, there is nothing wrong with this. They chose to not realize who they are. But you, Isabelle, have chosen to realize more of who you are, and you are doing that. And you're doing that so effortlessly, even though at times you may doubt this. And this is normal for you to doubt your progress.
Thanks.
But there's always a reason why it's going at the speed that it is. There's nothing more you can do. When you question things, when you doubt what you are doing, you put blocks on your progress, you would say. You'll get there in the end, but it might just be a delayed time. It will all be revealed in a divine time, as you know, when you're ready for it.
Yes. And don't plan anything. Just let it be.
You understand this is difficult. It's a human condition to want to plan things, to try and control things for a sense of security.
Yes, it's true.
We fear that we need security. It is a
I
human
know.
condition. It is a condition of the third dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And although you may exist in higher dimensions most of the time, it is only natural. Because society is still there in third dimension. You go back and forth between the dimensions. When you get triggered with something and you haven't worked on that belief system, you will trigger back and visit the third dimension once again until you rectify that belief and transcend that belief, you see.
Mm-hmm.
This is why you go back and forth. And there is nothing wrong with this. It's how it works. It's showing you that you have belief systems still in that dimension.
Yes, straddling the two worlds. That's what I tell Wendy.
This is the process of evolution, which many of you call enlightenment. It's about connecting more to that infinite part of you. And of course, you will face challenges, but it's your perspective on this challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see it as something to be fearful of? Or do you see it as a fun activity, we would say? A fun game, we would say, to allow you to get to the next level of the game.
Yes, there are times where I feel like it's really a game and it's really fun. And then there's times where I feel like I just fell down. But then I get myself right back up and then I process the fear and I connect within and I talk to my friends because it's so much more fun with friends and figure it out. And then, of course, I love to debate things, discuss it and discuss it and discuss it, turn it upside down, shake it, look at it at different angles, research. Let's see what Yeshua says. Let's see if I can find any writings.
But, like you do not have to look for external information. This is a tool to assist you in your sense of security. However, you do not need this. All the answers are within. It's just a momentum of habit, momentum of belief systems that you've been perpetrating much of your life. And it takes time to allow those beliefs, those perspectives to become more loose, to become less rigid. We are not saying to get rid of all this straight away. It is about seeing it from another perspective and that knowing that there is a higher perspective and there were higher methods to seek the answers. But at the moment, it's a tool for you to assist you, to help with the craving of knowledge that you seek.
Yes.
But we are saying that part of you has the impatience that you need all the information now, that you need to seek outside of yourself for this information. But it's not all limiting. It is beneficial in different ways. You wouldn't be here otherwise, speaking to me in this direct manner, only to redirect you. Go inside.
I guess a variety of sources is fun.
We'll always be here in this direct manner to assist you and guide you in remembering that you do have the answers within.
Mm-hmm.
But just know you have the ability. Everyone has the ability to find the answers within. You can view us, if you like, as an external force, but really we are within. It is just more palatable for many of you for us to come across in this way as external beings separate from you, who has all this infinite knowledge. But we really are not separate. We are one. It just assists in your understanding of these higher thoughts and these beings that we are, that exist in higher understandings and higher dimensions, that we've lived different existence. So we have different perspectives that may be different to yours. But fundamentally, we are one. That source imprint of us is the same. Our expression has been different from the lives we have lived and living. Due to my human nature and other natures that I have existed in, on your world and elsewhere, my perspective is coming through that knowing and that realization and that awareness of all these lives I've lived. It is coming through because I exist in higher dimension where I can access all this freely. This is something that you can access, everyone can access. It may not be in your understanding right now, and that is okay. It is a path to enlightenment. Enlightenment does not have to happen overnight.
It doesn't? Oh, shoot. Well, then the game would be over. No, I understand. So can you, I've heard Source say the imprint. An imprint to me, the meaning of that word is, all I can visualize is like a stamp. I have an image of a stamp, and then I take my stamp and I put it in ink, and then I imprint it on the paper. Is that the right concept, that source is source, and maybe not ink, but takes source and imprints on paper? And look, oh, there's Isabelle. There she is. Is that what imprint means?
We would say it is part of you. So you have your, in this lifetime continuum, you have, we would say, an aspect of source that is unique, that is reflecting on this lifetime. Imagine source, for your conception, it is just like code and energy. So it cannot be defined and it cannot be separated. It's always a whole, just like there is a pool of water and you have part of that water that drizzles down into you. It is still one. It cannot be separated. You can see it somewhat like that. It is still part, you are part of source, you are source. But you also have attached to this parts of you that existed in other lives and other existences. So you have that human part of you, we would say a human soul, that is source. But then you have other parts of you attached to this, we would say fragments. Yet when we say fragments, this is just for you, for your understanding. As you are not fragmented, you are whole. You are simulating all these parts within you. This is a process of going inwards. These tests that you experience, these are things that need to be integrated more within yourself. This is also what happens parallel to you going within, connecting more to your source self. There are many things at play here. But underneath it all, it is source. But these rememberings, these abilities, all these, we would say, memories, energy codes from all the different lives you have lived exists as well. This is why you are unique. And this is why you are one with all that is, yet you are also unique.
Mm. Is it like a program and there's different parts of the program that does a task, but the program can't be separated from the entirety of the program, the code, and each bit is unique? It's still part of all of the program. And you can have many layers and levels within a software program. Is that similar to the concept, what you're trying to tell me? Because the water feels separate. The water feels like, okay, there's a body of water. Like I've heard this thing before, I am the drop and the ocean. And then I'm like, is it like a cell in the body? Like I'm a cell, but I'm also part of the body. But I am the body because I am the cell.
There are many perspectives in the way you look at it, different analogies. Source is light, light code. When you see sunlight and it shines through the window, it is still one, but it looks like it is separate. But it is still one. This is how source exists. It is energy. It is code. It is within all of you, all of us. Everyone contains this, no matter what world you are from. See this as an energy source. And it's about rediscovering this energy source for your empowerment. But this energy source is the fundamental part of you that connects oneness, that allows source to express itself as the individual, as the human, or as another being from another world. But within you, in your divine blueprint, we would say, what occurs in there are these memories. And these other, what we would say, soul remnants of other lives you lived. And they are within also. It may be above your understanding right now. But there is much going on here. Just know you are unique, but you are also one with all that is.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a reason why you are drawn to certain things. There is a reason why you may have certain abilities. It is all accessed within.
And if you acquire something in a lifetime, I would think that's vibration stays with you and stays in your blueprint, so you can access it and if you need to.
That would be the easiest way to visualize this. Of course, it is much more than this.
Right.
But yes, this energy imprint from all the lives you are living and have lived becomes part of you, becomes part of your journey, becomes part of your evolution as the source self, source part of you through all the lives you are experiencing. You are experiencing life in a unique perspective. You're expressing source in a unique perspective. This is why many of us come forth and say, this life is just one little point of your existence. It is part of your evolutionary journey. There are higher reasons why you came here. In this time, in this lifetime continuum of what you call history. And I know you know some of these already, and more will be revealed when it is right. When you are ready to know more information, when you are at the vibration, when you can receive more information. The more you heighten your vibration is the correlation to going more within, to accessing more of your true self. And as you go more within, we would say a veil of amnesia becomes more lifted, and you start to remember exactly who you are. This is why you may see glimpses of other lives. Or you may resonate with different, we would say, time periods, cultures. It's starting to allow you to remember. This is the process.
It really is so cool. Yes, and I think about that when I sometimes take life so seriously. I remind myself, this is just one brief time to have fun. Don't take it so seriously. But so it's a work in progress.
But you get so much expansion from being here. Because on this world, there is still much, we would say, density. Whereas many other worlds are at a much higher dimension. So they do not have these challenges that you experience by being here. You would say it is an expert level that you are here.
Yes, I like challenges.
If you do not want the challenge, that evolutionary challenge, we would say, you would not be here. You would be somewhere else, where there is not this contrast and these tests. But you're prepared for it. You chose to come here with all its challenges because you know with each test you overcome, you go more deeper within and you connect more within, and to become more in the state of enlightenment. And you'll be able to assist others in the same journey. The small groups which you will affect will turn into larger groups. It's changing. Here on earth, it is the new world. And it's shifting. Many of you are now going into higher dimensions. It is an exciting time to be here. Although at times you question what is occurring. You've done all this work, we would say, but yet you still come up with challenges and you wonder why. You think you should be at expert level.
I know it's so silly.
But there are many layers to be explored. And it's unique to your journey. This is why you cannot compare your journey to others, because all journeys are unique. They are always a journey inwards, but they are always unique. And there's nothing that you could have done to not go on this journey. You chose to go on this journey. You chose the family you were born into that put you on a trajectory. And this is where self-love and self-compassion and forgiveness comes in. Because it's easy to blame other people from a lower perspective, which disempowers you. You put yourself as a victim. This is disempowering. You are a co-creator. You may not understand why you chose this path. You may not know until you go to the non-physical. But just know there is a higher purpose for all that happens. And just see it with love and light. And see all that has hurt you. See them in love and light. And forgive them. And try and detach from that. For there is something playing out that you cannot see the end result. But just trust it's for a higher purpose. Just have the hope and the faith that it'll all work out in the divine way it's supposed to.
So I know nothing is random, and I know this is an attractive universe, and the attraction is through the vibration. And then you have free will. I think that's where I get confused a little bit, because it almost seems contradictory to itself in a way, because the vibration is controlled by me because I'm the creator. And then if nothing happens by random, that's because I'm attracting it. And it's always for my highest good, whatever I attract.
It's always for your highest good. You might
that's the system.
You might be going on a different path, a different experience, you would say. But it's all bringing you back to the same path if you can overcome the challenges there. There is one path that you chose to explore, we would say. There are different ways to get there, different avenues, we would say, to get there. But you do have free will. So you can choose not to follow anything. But if this occurs, you may feel stuck. Your body will resonate with this, that there is resistance to going within, to discovering your true nature. This might manifest in different ways. You may feel your life has no meaning. You may feel, you would say, emotions that limit you. You feel contrast. You may feel darkness. This is, and you do feel lost. This is because you have gone off the path. But you still had the choice.
And that's just a guidance system. That's just your guides.
It's telling you you are off the path. However, you can choose another path if you wish, but you must choose one. If you do not choose any path, this is when you may feel lost. If you have the intent to discover your path, then Follow your emotions. Be open to everything.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot see the full picture. Once you know the picture, but then you choose to reject it, that's still your choice. When you come to that realization, if you do no longer want this, you can choose. But choose another path. If you awaken to the realization of your path, it is for a reason. It means you are not meant to be unawake in your life. So make another choice. But you, Isabelle, you are walking along your path, and we know you want to explore it.
Yeah, no, I don't want another path.
All we say is just be patient.
Yeah.
The more you go within, the more of the path will be revealed to you. You will get news. You will get insights. These insights are just rememberings of what you already know.
Huh. I did not know that.
The more information that comes to you, these inner knowings that comes to you, it is
Yeah.
because the veil of amnesia is lifting and you are connecting more to your source self and you're remembering more of who you truly are. This is the path of enlightenment.
Oh. So glad you told me. Because when it happens to you, not knowing and fully awake, you really don't know. Like you sense and you know, and I don't doubt. I try to tell people, I'm just say, I just know. I don't know how I know. I just know. But it's remembering. That's how I know.
Because everyone has these abilities.
Huh.
They came here. You all came here. You chose not to remember who you are. But many of you, in fact, all of you that are drawn to these teachings, chose to transcend this and to remember who you are. This is why you are here. This is why you are drawn to such teachings. You feel it within you that there is much more going on here because you chose that path to remember. So these little insights, these abilities that become more in your awareness, these are not just suddenly new abilities. These abilities that you've already had or you've already used in other lives. And because you're going more within, you are accessing this.
So I don't have to learn anything new per se. It's going within, remembering what I've known.
That is correct. This is why you don't need to look outside of yourself for external ways of thinking, because it is all within. This channel, Kimberley, she has experienced more of this herself through unlocking and remembering her abilities to do this sound healing, accessing the source code to help with the ascension process. This is not a new ability for her. She's always had it, but she's adding parts of her that allows her to remember and bring forth these abilities. Such as you, everyone has unique abilities depending on the lives you have lived in your past. Everyone has abilities. They may be unique, but fundamentally, everyone has the ability to connect to infinite intelligence because you are infinite intelligence. You are coming back to the light. You're remembering that you are light. You are remembering that you are love. And as you do so, you go forth into higher dimensions where oneness exists. This is why it is all within you.
Huh. Let me ask you this. So I've had many, many lives, right? And there is no time. Also future, we would say future versions of myself existing right now. When I go within, am I also, I would think I would access all that is. It doesn't matter if it's past or future because it's me and it's information.
That is correct. Because all those lives you're living is still part of you in this lifetime continuum. This is why abilities you may have in other lives have acquired in full consciousness. You're able to draw on these abilities in this lifetime because it's all is within these fragments that we refer to, which are being integrated into who you are, into your source self. These are all, we would say, aspects where all these abilities spring from. And you explore these challenges that you have in life, you integrate. With each remembering, you integrate. More and more, this is what enlightenment is. You become fully integrated, fully expression of source. But there is much more to discuss here. And we have loved talking to you.
I'm so curious.
You know you have many more questions.
Can we draw it out?
This is just one piece of the puzzle. When you are ready, this information has come forth because you are at that vibrational level where you are able to comprehend this, even though you may not be fully able to fully consciously understand it. Parts of you do, and you are ready to explore the information that has come forth. So with this, we will leave you in today's session. But just know that we love you.
I love you too.
And
I love her too.
Just remember, it's about going in it within.
Okay.
Love, self-compassion, and forgiveness is at the fundamental level for expansion. These are the tools to allow you to face all the challenges. Most importantly, using them on yourself.
Okay.
Until next time, I love you and everyone else that is watching. It is not by accident that you are here also. Farewell. Hi.
That was so much fun.
I'm back.
How do you feel?
Need to ground myself, feeling quite energetically high. Woo. So how did you find the session?
I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. Yeshua is awesome.
And I sensed he was having a good time too.
Oh, good.
Well, that's good. All right. Well, I'll leave it here. All right, everybody, and those of you watching this, if you want to access more Yeshua channelings, you can find that on Patreon. All right, everybody, farewell, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Take care, everybody.